Okay, hello and welcome back to our Dragon Age Inquisition, now that Ruleset playthrough, brought to you by William Ellison, Master Rosarius, and GameAnyone.com. Alright, let's see if we can find Loghain in the allotted time today. Which sadly is not that long. Real life can be a bitch, can't it? Even on weekends. Okay, so I need to go north somehow.
Inquisitor.
Contact with the Warden should be in that cave.
But do you know, Hawk is here? Amazing shit. So it was a good idea to bring back. After all.
Glad you made it. I just got here myself. My contact with the Warden should be at the back of the cave.
A group of Wardens were protecting a villager from corpses out near Crestwood.
They were likely hunting my friend. I'm glad they didn't come looking for people to help in here. They might well be good men. They've been given bad orders.
Okay. Let's see what Loghain has to say.
Let's go.
Lovely place.
It's just us. I brought the Inquisitor.
He looks absolutely nothing.
Loghain looked here. I believe we have a common cause, Inquisitor.
He looks absolutely nothing like Loghain. Okay.
There was a Loghain who joined the Wardens after he lost for Eldon's throne.
The traitor Terran. Yes. I've heard all the names.
Then that's you.
I've been a Warden for 10 years. They will never fully consider me theirs. Something I've had cause to be grateful for recently.
Why not? Would this piece of Anora, hello Poncho, how are you? Would this piece of Anora? No. Unlikely. I'm sure she doesn't even care about him anymore. Now that she's queen. Alright.
I need to know why the Wardens disappeared. Could it have anything to do with Corypheus?
I believe so. After Hawk killed Corypheus, Weishaupt was content to forget the whole affair. If an archdemon can survive seemingly mortal wounds, why not Corypheus? I began to investigate. I found evidence, but no proof. And then, soon after, every warden in Orlais began to hear the calling.
Ah.
I recall that being a bad thing. But I don't recall you telling me about all this.
I didn't believe it concerned you.
It is not irrelevant. I know. I should know what the calling is. Or should I? How much do the Grey Wardens keep secret? The joining, maybe I also keep secret the calling, maybe. Do they? Let me try to remember. Okay, let's assume my character doesn't know what the calling is. I think that's the most logical alternative. We have to assume everything relating to Grey Wardens is a closely guarded secret. Yeah.
Is the calling some sort of Grey Warden ritual?
The calling is a portent, like crows circling the battlefield before the fighting. It tells the Warden that his time has come. First are the dreams, and then a voice whispers in the back of the Warden's head, just at the edge of hearing. And that is when the Warden goes down to the deep roads, to die with honor.
And every Grey Warden in Orlais is hearing that right now. They think they're dying.
Yes. Thanks to Corypheus, I believe. If the Wardens fall, who will stop the next blight? That is what's panicked my brethren.
And then they do something desperate. Which is, of course, what Corypheus wants.
Such as... Yes, he can, but we wouldn't know that he could.
Is the calling they're hearing real, or is Corypheus mimicking it somehow?
I don't know. Even as a senior Warden, I knew little about him. The Wardens believe it to be real, despite my warnings about Corypheus. And that is all that matters at the moment.
You said all the Wardens are hearing the calling. Does that include you? And also you, Blackwall?
Yes. It's like an itch at the back of my mind. At times, it's barely there at all. But then I find myself starting to hum it under my breath. It is vile. I can understand why so many Wardens have gone mad from fear of it.
I do not fear the calling. And worrying about it only gives it power. Anything Corypheus does will only strengthen my resolve.
Alright.
How can Corypheus make all these Wardens hear the calling?
I don't know. It's likely part of his nature. Corypheus is, or was, once a mortal man. The Blight owns him, but it did not create him. Wardens are tied to the Blight through the Darkspawn. That is how Corypheus influences Warden minds. Somehow he is using that power to mimic the calling.
Alright. The Wardens are scared. That is an entirely plausible scenario. But one I wouldn't know, or the character would. The calling is very rare. And it comes only when corruption has spread. So everyone getting the calling is something to be scared of, but I wouldn't know. The Wardens are desperate. Maybe. The Wardens are foolish. Definitely. They're foolish to ignore his warnings about Corypheus. So I think this is...
We need the Warden's help. This is the worst possible time for such a lunacy.
A blight nearly destroyed Ferelden. A blight without Wardens to stop it might well destroy the world. Warden Commander Clarel proposed a ritual involving blood magic. A desperate measure to prevent further blights. When I protested the plan, called it madness, they tried to arrest me. Grey Wardens are gathering here, in the western approach.
Huh.
It's an ancient Tevinter ritual tower. Meet me there, and we will find answers.
Let's go.
The western approach, isn't there where the Venatori are gathering as well? Regarding the calling, so many refuse to speak of it, but how can we know it? How can we identify it if we do not share it? The calling is not a source of shame. The song that whispers in the back of my mind is no evil upon my soul, but the mark of a life well lived in service of a greater good. If all things come from the Maker, then is this too not part of his plan? Could it not be a gift, a final haunting melody to send us into the afterlife with hearts opened? Could this not be his song? It scratches at my thoughts, the music almost a voice. At once unearthly and beautiful, I found myself humming it aloud a few days past. Where once it intruded, it now feels as a natural part of my mind's course. It coils around the memories I hold dear. Training with Sir Keller, riding in the moonlight, my mother's face the last time I saw her, and inserts itself into them, so that I could almost swear the music, that sense of a presence watching and calling, had always been part of what I remember. This is what the senior Wardens warned us of, I imagine. I should not find it beautiful. I must remember the corruption and recognize that my mind is slowly losing the wit to differentiate between this world and that which would consume and destroy it. I can. I will tell the Wardens tomorrow. I have seen their looks, they already know, I suspect. I'll hit the calling and go to the deep roads to die with the dwarves, fighting as a Grey Warden should. But if I'm to die after all I've given, can I not least allow myself the pleasure of the sun's beauty? The final pages of To My Fellow Wardens by Sir Marjorie Baran. Alright. Now we should know about the calling. Too late, to be honest. But what can you do? Huh, he's here.
I heard what he said. Hopefully we'll find some answers in the western approach. Though I fear what those answers will be. I've seen too much blood magic to ever trust where it leads.
If we wish to stop my fellow Wardens, we should get to their ritual tower in the western approach.
I'd like to know more about Warden Commander Clarel.
I've served under her since coming to Warley. She seemed fair before dedicated. Perhaps that was the problem. I, more than anyone, know the cost of too much dedication.
Do you think Clarel is acting of her own volition?
Calling does not control minds, and I doubt Clarel could fall to Corypheus without others noticing. Whatever mistakes she makes of her own accord. Hopefully we will learn more in the western approach.
Yeah, Punch, I agree. This seems like an interesting quest. The problem is I'm not going to a western approach until after I explore all the rest of the locations that had less power requirements. But I will go there before I head to Emperor de Leon or whatever the name is.
I heard something of what happened in Ferelden. How is it you weren't executed?
When your mistakes are public, everyone feels they have the right to a personal apology. In the final hours of the Blight, the Wardens were short-handed. They needed every soldier they could get. The rest of my life will be my penance.
How did you end up an enemy of the Wardens again?
When the calling began, I searched as much as anyone for an answer. I protested the rituals, but faced little resistance until I began to investigate the death of Corypheus. The Warden mages branded me a traitor and attacked. When I defended myself, Clarel ordered my death.
Okay.
Corypheus was imprisoned by the Wardens, right? So they must know who or what he is.
Secrets are a habit with the Wardens, one that costs many lives. Some knowledge is too dangerous to share. I knew little of Corypheus, and that was more than most. No one thought that knowledge could be vital.
You said that Clarel was Warden Commander. I thought that the hero of Ferelden led the Wardens.
There's more than one Warden Commander. Each oversees a region, most often a single nation. The man you speak of was Warden Commander of Ferelden. He disappeared some time ago. It's possible he joined the rest of the Wardens, although I cannot say for certain.
Alright.
I'll talk to you later.
Of course.
So it seems to me like we're done with Warden stuff.
Let's go.
So next time I have a chance to change my party, I'll go back to a regular party. Then this is a truly small area. I wonder why they even bothered. We shall see. And Hawk didn't get one bit Barrack was around. Not that I truly care. The pit in the pond. Tree Trout Pond hides a sinkhole hundreds of yards deep. Darkspawn emerge from it and other caves that attack Crestwood during the Blight. The flood that wiped the old Crestwood drowned the lighted ones, and the excess water created the pond we see today. If the dam was not damaged, we would have never survived the Darkspawn. Was the Maker's hand in this? I cannot believe he would be so purposely cruel to his children, flawed though they are. Sister Bone. Beans Bone. Yeah, this seems like a really small place. Let's see if I can cross. No. Of course, I lose all the health. What is outside the playable area? I guess that's why people call... Holy fuck. Why people don't call this an open world game. Not that I truly care. We shall see how it works in The Witcher. Only 5 months till The Witcher. I'm sure I will be able to finish this by then. Seems like one of those uncheesal places. Okay, everyone is melee. Fucking bastard Blackwall ate one of the... So far away. Not honest, they should be able to take this fight head on. Just do it. Great. What do you know? Oh, I think his Uber ability is actually quite easy. That's extremely easy. Support from Navarra. Okay. Guess that is because I've closed one too many of those things. Okay, what do we do now? Yeah, this place is really small. Amazing. Or maybe not. Let's continue going south. Yeah, thanks, Poncho. I have the focus abilities at my fingertips. But now, that was an easy fight. We were over-leveled for that. Not tough at all. Ooh, an Astravium. Know what? Let's save. Chateau d'Honneur. Let's do this thing, I actually enjoy Astraviums. Aha. This seems like a pretty straightforward one. Not much in the way of complexity here. Maybe there is, I just fucked up. That's always shit. Yes, there is complexity. Started on the wrong side of the tracks. Need to start here. Well, hoop-dee-doo. This is the last line I need to make. How can this be? It's impossible. There are too many dead ends. Okay, let me try it now. How can this be done? Impossible that way. Impossible that way. I don't think this can be done. I don't see how it could be done. Yes, I did speak to the major. He sent me to... Well, I actually forced him to tell me how to open the floodgates so we can drain the lake. Unless... of course, what the fuck, fucking morons. There is a little line between these two. It just doesn't look like one there. Fucking bastards. Okay, so I was in the... right at first. Only that I still fucked up. Yeah. Do you do it? How do you do this? No. No, it's true. I need to remember, there is a little line there. Ah, shit. No, I did fuck up. Okay. Let's start here. Then it should make things extremely easy. Okay, of course. Another demon. Silenti, referred to as silence in common parlance, is the constellation historically attributed to Dumat, the old god of silence and leader of the ancient Inter pantheon. The depiction of the constellation, however, is often debated. Some depict it as a dragon in flight, while others, also a most modern depiction, Show a man carrying a horn and a hand and a wand. Some scholars believe these represent the scales, which would point to the constellation being a supplantation of the Elven mythal, but nothing indicates these to be more than speculation. Okay. That seems to be a common theme of the Astravians, actually.
It's just a bad time to come knocking. Between the corpses and the Wyvern, nothing here is safe. And what I wouldn't give to get my hands on that animal.
What?
There's a Wyvern causing trouble. It used to hunt in the mountains. Didn't bother anyone but the bandits. Be safe.
Great. Fucking Barrick is fighting, right? A wyvern. Yeah, you can speak to her properly.
Need something? Do you farm out here? The name's Judith. I farm and I mend things for the village and people passing through. I did a fair trade with traveling merchants before the undead started attacking. And those bandits. Not to mention that dragon.
Seriously, why does anyone live out here?
Oh, you know. The fishing's grand?
What do you know about the dragon?
She moved in a month ago. The guards tried to run her off, but she snapped one's head off and she flew away. Poor Hamold. At least it was quick. Since then, she's eaten 3 horses, 5 goats, and 2 cats.
Okay. Not really crowd here.
Until later.
She wants to die alone in a cabin in the woods. She can do so. Barrick is so ineffective. It's really disconcerting. Alright, let's go and deal with that guy. Okay, a wyvern. How big is a wyvern? So, if I remember Dragon Age 1 correctly, a wyvern is not a big dragon. That is actually a quite good ability. Shit. What?
I might need some help here.
Right there, bro. That's another again. bastards. Alright. So there's an astravium here and an astravium there. Apparently I completely missed that barrier. I'll go further south once I have my regular party. But maybe this place is not as small as I thought. Okay. I want to enter the lair of the dragon. Would that be it? Well, that's not a good name. Dead Man's Path. Pass. Great. The name I want to hear every single time. Dead Man's Pass. Let's hope it's not
so
the
it was
dragon.
just you, alone in the vast wilderness.
What are you on about?
The lone wanderer searching the world. What's he trying to find? Love? Absolution?
Try someone with a strong arm and stronger will to find Darkspawn.
Yes, but what does that represent?
Wanting to kill more Darkspawn.
You're just like Sebastian.
Not really.
Planning on settling that 50-crown debt anytime soon, Sparkler?
And if I don't? Do you have tiny enforcers come strip me of my holdings?
No, I don't know. I suppose I could always send a letter to your family.
The dwarf plays dirty. All right, you win. This time.
Where the hell am I going? This is where Loghain should have located. Instead of the most visual cave in the whole coast. It would be glorious if I entered a trap. Shit. Turns out I wasn't that far off the mark. Okay.
A Grey Warden recruiter. That sounds interesting.
It's not easy finding people willing to shoulder such a terrible responsibility.
Here I thought you poked around prisons, hunting for murderers, desperate to escape the noose.
That's what you think of wardens.
It's not such a terrible thing. Some of my best friends are murderers.
They are men and women atoning for what they've done by giving of themselves. They fight for people like you, people in silks and velvets, who talk and judge.
Who's judging now?
I know your kind.
Don't we all? It's interesting how half the party really hates the well-off. Ooh.
There's the keep the mayor talked about, and the bandits.
Archers on the ramparts. Good defenses. They'll be hard to pry out.
Let's see if we can.